Venice lies between sea and sky. Venice is not easily accessible. Between the islands, the main channel of communication winds along the curves of an S, the Grand Canal. Along its sides, it is joined by many other canals, both small and large. The buildings of Venice are precariously balanced. They stand on a veritable forest of wooden piles buried in a clay soil saturated with salt water. For centuries, the town has fought against erosion, and in the early days, there were almost no bridges in Venice. There were just a few wooden footbridges. Today, the town has more than 400 bridges. Venice is not simply a prestigious setting in which to take a break. It is a real town, designed for its inhabitants, whose numbers are ever decreasing.
But not easy to live in. It's complicated, especially as regards means of transport.
Over 20 million tourists come to Venice every year. Like Venetians, they have to cope, but only for a very short time, with one of the town's main difficulties: transport. In Venice, with or without luggage, you have to take a boat. The water taxi is particularly reserved for wealthy tourists, and every activity uses its own type of boat. The famous gondola is always associated with the image of Venice itself. Records show that gondolas were used here as far back as the end of the 11th century. The flat-bottomed asymmetrical hull allows it to be propelled with a single oar. Standing at the stern, the gondolier moves the oar in 3 movements. Gondoliers sometimes utter strange sounds.
Ahoy is in a way the gondolier's hooter. Motorboats are like cars. They go beep, beep, beep. The gondola goes ahoy to announce its arrival, and it has priority over motorboats.
Gondolas used to be sumptuously decorated and painted in bright colors, but things have changed.
The gondolas are black. The color has been the same for all gondolas since a 1630 law of the Republic of Venice. However, on the inside, everyone can decorate as he likes. We can put lions, seahorses, angels.
Famous St. Mark's Square is still there at the lowest part of the town. The square is dominated by a bell tower, which was used as a watchtower. It gives information on the phases of the moon, which tells sailors about the tides. It is also the first digital clock in history, since it gives the time in figures. St. Mark's Square is unendingly invaded by visitors and by pigeons, which one is not allowed to feed, in theory. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Amore mio, dove sei tu? Ti sto cercando, tesoro mio. Amore mio, dove sei tu? Ti sto cercando, tesoro mio.
Amore mio, dove sei tu? क्या गा रही है?
अपने प्यार को याद कर रहा है और कह रहा है कि
ऐसे नहीं, गा के सुनाओ ना।
गा के? अच्छा, 2 लफ्जों की है दिल की कहानी।